Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you got your turkey in, and your ham and sweet potatoes, and your broccoli and cheese, and your cranberry sauce. I ate so much that I think I was sweating out gravy. I literally think I was sweating. Somebody said, "Are you drooling?" I said, "It's probably like I've got my overload on gravy, and it's just the gravy is just spilling out." Because I was in pain. I don't know how my food coma didn't get me through the game. This sucks. This sucks, having back-to-back losses and now listening to those mother-humping Eagle fans who now feel like they've got some hope, that they've got some life. And, it's amazing how quickly Cowboy fans want to blame everybody. They want blood. Fire Mike McCarthy. Fire Dak. Bench Dak. Trade Dak. Bench, get anybody. And my question, of course, always is, if you have an idea, if it is to bench Dak or trade Dak or whatever, if you have a better solution that will work, I'm all for it. But when you just say bench Dak, what do you mean bench Dak? What is that going to do? Tonight was one of those games that there were so many different things that went wrong. It was just like literally everything that went wrong. I think Zeke Elliott is hurting more than we've let on, and that he's not ready to play and needs to be maybe sat down. Dak missed some receivers. But Dak also didn't have the same comfort level of having Amari and CD. And you can see the difference of having those guys. And we understand that, people say, oh, well, with those players, you're automatically going to be great. Well, we've had those players without Dak, and that didn't work. We got Dak without those players, and that doesn't work as well. So the reality is you need CD Lamb, and you need Amari Cooper. You need the jar. And you need the offensive line to be cohesive. And there were mistakes all across the offense. And you understand when you end up finding out on Friday that that Amari Cooper's not going to play after you made a game plan for Sunday's game. You play that game, and then you have to go ahead and get ready for a game that you're playing on Thursday. There's not enough room and time to change up your game plan. Oh, and then you find out today that CeeDee Lamb's not playing. To go through two premier receivers and then go through with Michael Gallup, not any shame on Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup did not do much in the first half, but he was the reason we were still in it in the second half. And for those out there talking about Dak Prescott, that one pass, I honestly don't know how Dak got in. The window must have been this big. I don't know how Dak got it in there, but you can see that early on in the game, Dak and Gallup weren't on the same page. In fact, you could see Dak and the receivers weren't on the same page. Second half, they started getting together, but, the Raiders were feeling it. Shout out to the Raiders. They ended up getting the victory. But I'm going to say, for the Cowboys, fighting to get back in this game and to tying it up in overtime, they did almost enough to win. But I'm going to put the blame on this game on the Cowboys being too cute. Kellen Moore's had a lot of success. I'm not going to lie to you. Kellen Moore has tried so many different things and looked like a genius. But tonight, I don't understand the concept of Terrence Steele started along with Connor McGovern. And then we went and we switched to Connor Williams and Lyle Collins. We were alternating freaking offensive linemen. Can somebody explain that shit to me? Pick some guys and play consistently. Because you get into the flow of a game on the offense. To change offensive linemen, you don't get into the groove in the feel of the game. That's where I'm just kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? Now for me, I'm old. When you're old, you get a little more conservative and you worry about living for fighting for another day. And I've been critical because it seems like the Cowboys have always been willing to go for it on fourth down. Over and over. Oh, we're going for it on fourth down. And it didn't matter where you are. You could fake punt on your 21-yard line. Like we did last year against Washington. But a couple things end up kind of just bothering me. I know you got Greg the Leg. I know he's hit lots of long field goals. But when you took the 59-yard field goal chance after him missing an extra point, to me that was one of those ones that I almost looked at it and said, maybe you would have been better off at least trying to get the first down than trying to kick a 59-yard field goal. You gave him the ball at the 49-yard line. Now, fortunately, the defense held that time and kept him from scoring. But I'm like, what are you doing? To me, I'm conservative. I would have punted, made them have a long field to have to go instead of a short one. Then there's where we kicked the extra point, and had we left the extra point on the board, guess what? Had we left the extra point on the board, we win the game. I'm not going to kill them. I'm not going to kill them for trying to get two. You got the ball on the 1-yard line. I get that. What I'm going to kill them for is being too damn cute and deciding instead. This is what mystifies me. When you have the football and you are the offense, you have the advantage of knowing when the ball is going to snap. The defense has to react to you moving. Forever, the Cowboys don't believe in quarterback sneaks. It always drives me crazy because you get the advantage of the jump. Now you have the quarterback take the ball, turn back around, and run backwards and get Zeke to take the football, who is 5-6 yards back in the end zone. From the line of scrimmage. He takes the ball, and now he's got to get up to the line. It takes time to develop. It gives the defense a chance to recover and reestablish the line of scrimmage. It takes the advantage that you have away from you. You've been better off doing a quarterback sneak. You certainly would have been better off instead of doing a slow developing play on short yardage in the backfield. The play took too long to develop. It let the defense have time to recover, and you miss a 2-point conversion in a 5-point game. But in reality, had you just kept the 1 point on there, we kicked the field goal, we win the game. We win the game. It's over with. It's not going to overtime. We've got one more point than they do. And this is where the Cowboys get too cute. This is where it was like Jason Garrett was always, I'm a Princeton graduate. I'm smarter than everybody else. And he outsmarted his ass because sometimes it's the simple shit, the common sense that carries you through. Not the crazy, let's draw up all kinds of shit. Do the basics and do them well. Changing offensive linemen every series seems like you're being too damn smart. Kicking a field goal from the 59-yard field goal, when your kicker has already missed an extra point, seems like, maybe tonight's not his night. Let's go ahead and punt, or, maybe we just try and go for it. At least you give him the ball in the 42, and you have a chance to make the first down. And Zeke Elliott, the last couple of weeks, we know he's been nicked up. Throwing him out there, knowing he's nicked up and not being able to run, is not helping him to get better. If he can't run, and I believe right now he really can't, you need to rest and let him heal to go ahead for a stretch run. Mistakes killed us. Anthony Brown had a terrible game, but it was also exacerbated by some bullshit. I'm sorry. At some point, when you call over 22 penalties in a game, bro, the Eagle trolls will say, well, you're just making excuses. The crazy thing is, the Hockey League referee crew, because the crews stay together, it's kind of strange because they've called, going into this game, the 4th most penalties in the NFL. What's even crazier is 9 of 11 teams, road teams, have won. You know how hard it is to win on the road in the NFL? To have over 90%, because that's what we're talking about. Excuse me. No, not quite 90%. Have about 88%. 88% victories for the road team with this coaching staff that calls more penalties than anybody else? You're telling me there's not a hidden agenda? Okay. Another beef I've got here. How many times has CeeDee Lamb been busted for his shirt tail being out? Has Derek Carr ever put his shirt tail in? Along with most of the Raiders? All right. So that being said, game balls. Not a lot to go around. Micah Parsons, I think he had 5 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, a sack, a bunch of pressures. Now has 9 sacks on the season. 9 sacks on the season. Better than DeMarcus Ware's rookie record. The most by any Dallas Cowboy rookie, of course, since they started keeping statistics. In fact, Lawrence Taylor, who ended up being Defensive Player of the Year as a rookie, only had a half a sack more in a 16-game season. Dude has a motor that doesn't quit. And as they were calling ticky-tack fouls on our offensive linemen, do you know how many times I saw literally arms wrapped around the neck of Micah Parsons that they didn't call? He was being held like crazy. But of course, you know how it is. They don't call him on the Cowboys. Or make calls for the Cowboys. But shout out to Micah Parsons because he is the beast and he is the leader of he is the face of the Dallas Cowboys defense. I'm going to give another game ball to Michael Gallup, who had a terrible first half. But in the second half, showed you, hey, I am a playmaker too. I'm still getting my legs back underneath of me, but I still can make moves and make catches down the field when it's crunch time. Shout out to you, Michael Gallup. I know a lot of you trolls out there are going to say, oh, of course he did. But so many people were, Dak needs to be benched, Dak sucks, trade Dak, and all this crap. Dak threw for 367 yards, 2 TDs, and led us down the field during crunch time to tie the score. Unfortunately, one pass that was a little bit behind down there on our goal line was the difference, and of course, we end up having 4 pass interference calls against Anthony Brown. Everything you need to win is right there, but we got to put it together. I know everybody's going to be killing the Cowboys. They're going to be saying how much they suck, how much they're overrated and everything else. But on a day that you didn't have your two playmakers at wide receivers, that literally you can see the difference of CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, that we still had a chance to win. But defense, you had some bad stuff. Offense, you had some bad stuff. Special teams, you had some bad stuff. And coaching, you had some bad stuff. And you can't win in the NFL when you have a whole bunch of bad things that are going on. Oh, the officials were against you too. You can't expect to win. But at least they were there to compete. Well, I'm going to take my drunk, overstuffed self, and I'm going to go to bed. Tomorrow's another day, and unfortunately I got to deal with my cousin. Hope you all have a great day, and God willing, I'll see you soon.